am Fletcher Brown with another artist video blog here at kicks96country.com. Our guest today, all the way from the great state of Kentucky, by way of Nashville, Tennessee. Please welcome Damon Spigle. How are you, Damon?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Well, I'm all right, but let me make sure I got my notes right. You're 15?
Yes, sir.
All right, now I'm glad I knew that before I listened to the song. Because I listened to the song and I was like, man, this kid sounds like he's way older than he actually is. If I had heard the song first and not had told that, I would never ever have guessed that you are as young as you are.
I appreciate that.
Seriously.
Thank you.
All right, Never Go Back. That's the name of the single that's out right now. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We'll get to that song that you wrote. We'll talk about Ken Royster and all of the work that you guys are doing with your music career. But let's start with you, Damon Spigle. You're from Kentucky. Which end of Kentucky?
About in the middle. From a small town called Stanford, Kentucky.
Okay.
We're about 45 minutes away from Lexington.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, people know where Lexington
Yeah,
is.
everybody knows Lexington is.
Yep.
Okay. So, and you just kind of were brought up on good class. I mean, like, I think you name as one of your influences, like Johnny Cash. So, I mean, like, you're no stranger to the legend of country,
Yeah.
but you also point your influences to some of the newer country artists like Hardy, Jason Aldean, people like that. So, talk to us a little bit about, like, Damon, when did you know that music was something you wanted to do?
Really, ever since I was, a little kid. I've been playing drums since I was 3 years old.
Oh, you're a drummer.
Yeah, I'm also a drummer in a cover rock band. We just mess around and have some fun. So, but yeah, I've been playing drums ever since I was 3. I've always been involved with music. My dad was actually in a rock band when I was growing up and before I was born, So I grew up going to practice with them, and their drummer actually had trouble showing up sometimes because of work and things. So I would sit in and play drums with them.
And you said it's a rock band.
Yeah.
Okay, so like
I'm a big rocker too.
Oh, we're all. I mean, country rock. We're all in the same boat here. I'm just curious though, which generation of rock do you guys play, or what do you prefer?
Do we play in our cover band?
Yeah.
Honestly, we play a little bit of everything. We play some Taylor Swift, some Jamie Johnson, AC/DC kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, okay, all right, I respect that. But you decided that for you as a solo artist, you lean country.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, and you are a songwriter. Even at 15, you're a songwriter.
Yes, sir.
And you've written a single like "Never Go Back" is the name of the single. Now, what is that? What is that song about?
That song is basically every time I tell the story, I think about my little cousins. I have a bunch of little cousins growing up, and they're getting older. They're going to become a teenager one day and a young adult. And I want them to know that, you're going to go through some breakups and you're going to go through some hard times with people that you find young love with. And it's important to understand lessons. You can't go back to the same person over and over again. And I learned that lesson the hard way. So
okay, well, I mean, but you're 15. So where does a 15-year-old come with that kind of wisdom so early?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was really young in a pretty serious relationship, I'd say, So and that didn't go good. So we learned that the hard way, and it taught me a lot of lessons. My parents, family, and friends.
But I mean, you wrote that song. I mean, saying "Never Go Back." It's got tempo. It's got a pretty solid story message in there. And I'm just like, you through that experience, whatever you've drawn, not only from your own personal experience, but what you've witnessed, you pay attention. You managed to create and crank out this song. It's a great song about a very, very relevant thing that just about everybody can understand. And you say you wrote that so that your young cousins are coming up knowing that like there's a road through.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
I mean, it's just really the level of awareness for someone so young is it's kind of mind blowing. You're in good company. We mentioned Ken Royster earlier. Now Ken's he's worked with everybody, Luke Combs, and he's got a bunch of hits. And how did that connection get made?
Well, we actually have me a publicist type / manager. His name's Brian Wayne Perry. I'm sure you probably know who he is. We started working with him about a year ago now, and he referred us to Ken Royster, and it made the biggest difference.
I'll say, well, I mean, you're walking in pretty good company there.
Oh yeah,
right?
Sure. Yeah, like you said, he's worked with guys like Luke Combs and stuff. Got a #1 hit. That's just crazy.
He's got like 20. Several, like almost 30 years or so of those, right?
Yeah, he's got a bunch. I don't know how many.
So now, is he producing or co-writing songs with you? How does that?
Just producing, Yeah, I write all my stuff myself so far.
Okay.
I would like to, get with people and write sometimes, but I haven't yet. Yeah, he was just my producer this past year, and he helped vocal coach, helped me learned a lot of new stuff, and it made the biggest difference.
All right, so you're saying that basically what you've learned just since you've been hooked up with like Brian Wayne Perry and Ken Royster's, like it's really just kind of taking you to that next level as an artist.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
All right, so well then, what's next then for Damon Spigle? What's next?
Well, we're trying to get me more and more out there, you know, more involved around the country and stuff, and get my social medias going more. We just got done filming my first ever music video just the other day for my new single that's going to come out in a couple weeks.
Not this one, the next one.
Next one,
okay.
Yeah. That went really well. It turned out awesome. So I'm ready for everybody to see that one. But, you know, we're just focusing on the road ahead. I'm trying to write more and more stuff and play more shows out of town and stuff like that. So we're just trying to get to the next step.
All right. Well, this young man, I'm serious. I mean, he's got the chops. He's good. I mean, he's in good company. The song sounds good. The music sounds good. If you haven't heard it, make sure you look up Damon Spigle and tell folks where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on all streaming platforms. My music's on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all that stuff. And then social media. I cannot stress this enough. In today's world, social media is how us independent artists get all our love, and that's how we make a career out of it. Social media is so important in today's world, especially for artists and comedians and all that type of stuff. So you can find me on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok especially. But yeah, you can also go to my website, DamonSpigleMusic.com. It's got all my merchandise on there, all my music's on there, and a bunch of other stuff.
All right, Damon Spigle is our guest. Look for a live performance from him elsewhere here on our YouTube channel. Damon, thanks so much for coming down from Kentucky and visiting with us.
I appreciate you having me.
All right, come on back anytime. We're not that far from Lexington, all right? And you want to find Damon on his social media and, of course, on all the streaming platforms. And if you want to hear the single calls here at Kicks 96, we'll gladly play it for you. We'll see you next time on another artist video blog, Kicks96Country.com.
Going down that road again, it's gonna hurt you in the end, and I'm telling you, be wise.